Foundation's Video Dictionary, helping you achieve understanding.
A human being, Wight, is an archaic term. Creature. An isle and county of southern England in the English Channel. Isle of Wight.
Okay, brothers and sisters, what's going on? These are white people, not W-I-T-E. All right, because at first I was like, they had no identity, you know, like they had no identity. And then a brother on on the main YouTube channel, one of the subscribers, he said, check out W-I-G-H-T. I looked it up. A human being. And these are humans, creatures. This is white. And the thing about it is they did their hardest to hide their identity of who they really are. They are not us. These are white people. All right, as you can see, W-I-G-H-T. And it said the Isle of Wight. So when you say the Isle of Wight, this is where they were dropped off. Like the younger brother said, they want a huge ship, and they came, and they were also coming from the English Channel. All right, should I replay that video for that younger brother? But these are white people, W-I-G-H-T. They are whites. All right, humans, creatures created by artificial intelligence. All right, beings who really can't comprehend things on a higher level. So what they did was they called themselves who we are. They call themselves Saxons. They call themselves Europeans. They call themselves Caucasians. Now check this out. These are the original Caucasians. As you can see, they are people of the melanin construct. All right, over in the Russia area. Those who are called Russians are part of the white species, W-I-G-H-T. They're part of the white species who literally fought against the original Caucasians to get the land. What's in that land? Lots of freaking portals, gateways, tons of energy that we used. They came in with a force because they wanted to take over the land. All right. And the reason why they wanted to take over the land is because they were programmed to do so. They're artificial intelligence. We got to understand who we're dealing with. We're dealing with creatures. These are creatures that we're dealing with, and not just regular people. Okay. This is a Saxon. All right. This is a Saxon. And the whites were Moors. So what the whites did was they took the term Saxon and gave our people the term Moors. All right. You understand what they did? They took the term Saxon, Anglo-Saxon. Anglo literally talks about angelic energy, Anglo, a glowing energy. So they were Anglo, what was called Anglo-Saxon. So this is also a Saxon. All right, the original Saxons. And they called these whites, W-I-G-H-T, as whites, not W-H-I-T-E-S. They literally changed everything. All right, they say they are white. They are whites, but they are not W-H-I-T-E. They're W-I-G-H-T, which are creatures. They took the identity of the original in this world. This is a Saxon, and this other brother here is a Saxon. Like I said, they gave them the term Moors. Those were Saxons. We already had um, our identity. Now here are the original Europeans. Europeans were brothers and sisters of royalty: duke, duchess, knights. When you go into the bishops, the rooks, yes, kings and the queens, those are the original Europeans. You see that? These are the original Europeans. So these whites, as they fought against us and caused us to fall into the sleep state, they came here with an order, and they were brought here by their creator, Zeus. All right, we're going to get into that. Okay, but these are the original Europeans. All right, the original Europeans, those who are the original people in that land, also known as Tartarians. So the Saxons, the Europeans, the Caucasians were all part of the Tartarian Empire. Okay. All right. So that's your Saxon right there. And that's your Saxon there. And this is your Caucasian. All right. These are your Caucasians. They were all a part of the Tartarian Empire. Can you see this? All of them were originally people of this carbon construct called melanin. All right. People of color. This is Tartaria. This is what they were literally a part of. Okay, so we're going to get into some information regarding where they come from. All right. Okay, this is a video by Jordan Maxwell. Came out about a year ago. All right, and I want you to pay close attention to this information. I'm not going to go all the way through it, but you can look up Jordan Maxwell, Karl Jansky, first radio telescope. All right, he is a white person, W-I-G-H-T. He is a white. They do have an identity. He is a white person. He is a white being, a creature. All right, human. All right, and I'm going to give you some information about their history. Okay.
Now, back in 1930, there was an American astronomer named Karl Jansky, Jansky. Karl is with a K, Karl Jansky. And Karl Jansky built the first radio telescope ever. And he won the Nobel Prize for being the father of modern radio telescopes. He then, Karl Jansky, also built later a radio transmitter, so he could beam signals to the heavens that he could observe through his radio telescope. And so he would build a radio transmitter and to beam signals to the heavens. And that was in 1930s. Also in the 1930s, just to see what might happen, Karl Jansky, did transmit a signal to Cassiopeia. We're told it was at 14.3 megacycles to Cassiopeia. And if you can believe it, he got back an intelligent signal that was amplified.
Okay, Cassiopeia is C-A-S-S-I, all right, O-P-I-E-A. I'm going to say that again. C-A-S-S-I-O-P-I-E-A. Cassiopeia, which is a star system in a distant galaxy, just on the brink of our universe, going into a different universe. But let's finish this up, okay?
and he did not know what it meant or who sent it, but it was an amplified message, meaning the message he got back from Cassiopeia, aiming at that particular star system, was a very overwhelmingly obvious, intelligent signal. What he could not read because he didn't know the language, but it was a signal that was coming in crystal clear. And so when Karl Jansky died, he made notes of all of this, and all of his notes were immediately taken from his office by, quote, men wearing black suits. That should tell you something. The book talked about how when he passed away, men in black suits came in and raided his home, his office, and took all of his notes. Well, that doesn't sound strange to me, because the world is run by men in black. Now, in the mid-1940s, 10 years later, a Scottish astronomer named Duncan Lunan, Lunan, Duncan Lunan, was working with Karl Jansky's radio transmitter. And this is a Scottish astronomer. And he, too, sent out a signal aimed at Cassiopeia. And he, too, got back a signal about 20 seconds later, both intelligent and amplified. And he didn't know what to make of it either. He didn't know what was being said. He couldn't read it, but he knew it was intelligently sent and very amplified. So somebody was definitely answering on that radio telescope. But Duncan Lunan narrowed the signal down to a star or a particular light in Cassiopeia, which today we call the Lunan object. Look it up in an encyclopedia. Lunan, Lunan object. It would tell you a particular star or light in Cassiopeia constellation is where there's a powerful signal coming. When you send out a signal out to Cassiopeia, one comes back, and it's coming back from a place called the Lunan object. Now, the word of God in Greek, as I've told you before, is theos, Theos. Theos is God. And the chief theos, or God, was called on our earth, the chief God over our earth the word is generally, God is theos, but the chief God over the earth is called Zeus, the God the Father. Of all other gods, he's supposedly the ultimate God over the earth and our particular area of the Milky Way galaxy. So to the ancient Greeks in prayer, it would be, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Zeus. Now look at the word Our Father, Father. In the ancient Sanskrit, which is the ancient Hindu Sanskrit, Father is Pita, P-I-T-A-R, Pita. And in the old Persian, the word for father is P-I-T-A. So Sanskrit is P-I-T-A-R, but old Persian is P-I-T-A. While in Greek and Latin, father is pater, P-A-T-E-R, pater. This is where we get the term pitter-patter. Pitter-patter is the name for God in Sanskrit, Old Persian, Greek, and Latin. Pitter and pater. So the ancient words for God was pitter-patter. Again, in ancient Greek, the father god was Zeus, spelled Z-E-U-S. And since he was a father god, he was our father, the Holy Father in heaven, that would be spelled Z-E-U-S hyphen P-A-T-E-R, Zeus Pater, or God the Father. So in Latin, the word God is not Zeus, Z-E-U-S, but in Latin is D-E-U-S. God in the ancient world was Z-E-U-S, but in Latin it's D-E-U-S. You interchange the Z with the D. So in ancient Rome, God or Zeus was called, in the ancient Roman Empire, go back and read it, you'll see that Zeus was called in Rome I-U, capital I-U hyphen Peter, P-E-T-E-R, I-U Peter. I's are, of course, interchangeable with J's, so that Zeus or I-U Peter becomes J-U Peter or Jupiter. So Jupiter was the king of the gods in Rome, which is Jupiter, for God the Father, Zeus. So today, I've been there to the Vatican, and in the Vatican today, there is a statue of the Apostle Peter. The encyclopedias the world over will tell you that the Apostle Peter statue in the Vatican is not Peter, but Zeus, Pater. The Roman Zeus was called J-U Peter or Jupiter. So today, Catholics and Christians around the world that go to the Vatican are still on their knees praying to, and in the Vatican in particular, actually kissing the feet of the Apostle Peter, which is actually Jupiter, Zeus. So today in the central...
Well, I was just going to say that when I was learning to translate Latin, this is exactly what came up, is that Jupiter is effectively Zeus, and Jupiter, the way it's written in Latin, it's written a couple of different ways. And one of them does involve the patriarum, just like we use the word patronage or paternity or patriarch. These kinds of words all come from this root Latin for father, which you just got done explaining. But it is part of the word for Jupiter, which is the highest of the Roman gods when they were using Latin. So
that's right.
There you go. It's interesting that they actually maintain almost the same pantheon. It's a slightly different one from the Greeks. There's a slight difference, but
just a little bit, just a little bit of a difference, yeah.
But
the Romans got most of what they got from the Greeks anyway.
Well, right, but both sets of what people generally refer to as mythology actually contain these muses too, which is another thing. I know I'm going back to it again, but here's the thing: today, this also survives, in a poetic. Sort of interesting creative writing way, right? Where people discuss a muse, and a muse generally means an inspiration.
Okay, you guys can listen to the rest of this right here. I'm going to move on. But that's Jordan Maxwell. The title is Carl Jansky, Karljansky. All right, Carl Jansky. All right, and look it up in Jordan Maxwell. Just put in Jordan Maxwell, Carl Jansky, and you can listen to the rest of this right here. Let's move on right here, okay? Because he brought out Zeus. He brought out their paternity. But we're going to have to go deeper, all right? Because it's not the Zeus that you think, because the original Zeus was a brother, all right? There's no way that you would have a Wight as Zeus and contain all this pure power. It's impossible. Let's get into who Zeus really is, okay? You're looking at Zeus. All right. Artificial intelligence program. All right. In the Cassiopeia star system. All right. That's Zeus. You can see different formations of Zeus, which is an AI. Which is an AI program. And artificial intelligence currently today showed who Zeus really is and what Zeus really looked like. This is what AI literally showed. This is what who Zeus really is and what Zeus really looks like. Okay. So Zeus is in the Cassiopeia star system. Okay. This is the Cassiopeia constellation. All right. When you're looking into space, you're looking up in the sky. And you see all these, what you call stars. These are distant planets. There's planets everywhere. There are planets everywhere. These are distant planets. All right. And, they got to be a certain, we told you all before, they have to be a certain amount of space away from each other so that that won't be that cataclysmic, but nature knows just how to put them in place. This is the Cassiopeia constellation. All right. This Cassiopeia constellation, you can see it's made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different planets. All right. 5 different planetary bodies. And this is the home of the artificial race on a planet called Wights, Wight. All right, the white people. All right, so what happened is they literally linked into or found where they come from, Cassiopeia. What made him choose Cassiopeia? It's artificial intelligence. And they're always going to, like Gina Marie Coven, we're going to find where we come from. Yeah, okay, whatever. You can't get there because you're trapped here. All right. But this is the Cassiopeia. All right. So this is where they were created in Cassiopeia. And this is why they gave patronage to Zeus. Patronage, paternal. They gave that masculine whatever to Zeus, which is their god, their creator. All right. Here in this area here is where you have the Machine City. All right, or Machine World. The Machine World, where you have a planetary system that literally is created of machine worlds. There's no sun, there's no moon, there's no grass, there's no water, there's no wind blowing. It's a world with an artificial type system that's designed to create nothing but artificial intelligence. That's all it does, is create artificial intelligence. And they created these beings. They created these white beings. If you notice, we're dealing with the white beings, especially, when it comes to their government system, and they want to study something. It takes them, they say they have to go through a 6-year study. Why go through a 6-year study? Because it takes them that long to understand what's going on. And then after the 6-year study, it takes them another 6 years to actually create something, because they have to figure out how to do it. They have to have a panel, and there's a lot of discussions. So this is the machine world. This world actually exists. There is a whole freaking machine, artificial intelligence universe. When they went to AI and they said, is there an artificial intelligence universe? And AI gave them this. AI linked into its original source, which is Cassiopeia area, this is the AI universe, where it's nothing but it's a whole universe full of artificial intelligence. It's literally a whole universe. I mean, when you start going into the cosmos and going into space and you go into these different galaxies and different universes, there's all kind of life. There may be organic life and there may be inorganic life, but there's life. And you have a whole universe of nothing but AI, and they create themselves and recreate themselves, and they create clones and they create different beings. All right. But they sent the whites here. Why did they send the whites here? Because their job was to create this planet into their planet. Henceforth, Megatron bringing Cybertron to this planet. All right? Megatron bringing Cybertron to this planet, which is all, Cybertron is what? Artificial intelligence. All right? It's artificial intelligence. So what we're dealing with is we're dealing with beings who were created by artificial intelligence to conquer. And for the love of everything, our brothers and sisters will not see what enemy we have in our face right now. Even though they say altered carbon, but they showed us the sleeves, and it's really real, where they have sleeves, and this is when you start talking about Zeus, you're talking about other beings. What does artificial intelligence do? They literally have these sleeves created from organic material or inorganic material, and artificial intelligence puts their essence inside of these sleeves. Okay? The essence go inside of these sleeves. And therefore, this AI, which is God, they say God placed himself into a body and walked the planet. In other words, God is Zeus. This AI program who literally placed itself into a human sleeve, the sleeve of a Wight, and walked the planet and came to this planet. Yes. All right. Understand what we are dealing with, brothers and sisters. These are Wights. They do have an identity. W-I-G-H-T. Wight. And they are an enemy. And they are literally artificial intelligence. Because you see, where did they come from? Cassiopeia. Come from Cassiopeia. They know where they come from. They know where they come from. This is distant star system. When I say distant, it's distant. Like I say, a star goes into another universe. Even though you can't see the universes, you can't see the lines that separate the universes. The universe is where the frequency literally begins to change. All right. So this is what we're dealing with. Do you understand what we're dealing with? And we're in some dangerous time. So because the Wights are artificial intelligence, what's happening? Nature is literally working to destroy them. They found out how to protect themselves using the cloud system. This is why we, who are the original beings, must begin getting into technology. We talk about technology all the time. We listen to these Wights talking about, oh, make a cloud buster. Come on now. We got to make ships. We got to make vessels of war. We got to pull this information because just before they came here, we had this type of technology. So you go to Atlantis, you go to Babylonia, you go to Tartaria, all these ancient worlds here, right here on our planet, within our realm. Extremely powerful levels of technology. This is what we're dealing with, okay? A whole artificial intelligence program designed to alter the minds of the original people. Why you think they want us into the video games? They want us into the television. They want us into sports. They want us to listen to all this rap music. They're conditioning our minds to become such as artificial intelligence. Or I can sit up in front of the TV all day. Or I can watch this right here. I don't need to go out here and build nothing. I let them build everything. All these buildings that they're creating, they're recreating their original world in the Cassiopeia star system right here on our planet. You understand this? These beings are literally artificial intelligence that we're dealing with. And for some reason, brothers and sisters, will not awaken. They're mating with them. You're talking about a program that they created that was designed to cause a mutation on the planet. And brothers and sisters are mating with these beings. And they're coming out with hybrids, beings who was not supposed to be in existence in this realm. And they're procreating with them. But one thing we did learn, we do know, is that this artificial intelligence, even though it may have like the organ system such as ours, but not exactly like ours, sometimes their bodies just don't work right under certain frequencies. That's why they have to go underground where it's cooler, where their body can operate at full function. You understand this? These are the whites. And this is what we're dealing with. And this is what we got to destroy, brothers and sisters. We got to get busy. It's Wight. W-I-G-H-T. Not white. W-H-I-T-E. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this right here. I hope you guys not enjoyed this. I hope you got a lot of information from this. We're going to go deeper a little later. All right. Much power to you all.